So today we are going to discuss about service portal. So I will give like a brief information regarding like in what is service portal, how it is like in used, and furthermore which I'll go with like in how we are going to configure it, how many sections are there. So those things which we will discuss. Write it down. Service portal. Write it down. Service portal is a portal framework. Which provides a modular user interface which provides a modular user interface for quick and easy building of application portal and dashboard of application portal and dashboard. Full stop. I'll repeat again. Service portal is a portal framework which provides a modular user interface for quick and easy building of application portal and dashboard. Next line, write it down. Service portal application provides a mobile friendly self-service experience for users. Self-service experience for users. Full stop. Next, write it down.
Ma'am, can you repeat it again?
Yeah, service portal application provides a mobile-friendly self-service experience for user. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Next, write it down. Service portal has, or else write it down like this. If we want to configure service portal, configure or implement or develop or customizations, anything is fine. Whatever, let's say if I want to work with service portal, then we need, if we want to configure service portal, then we have 6 sections. Write it down. Look over here on the screen. First one, branding editor. 6 sections. One is branding editor. Second one, designer. Third one, page editor. Widget editor. Fourth one, widget editor. Fifth one, new portal. And sixth is get help. Okay. First one, branding editor, designer, page editor, widget editor, new portal, and get help. Okay, so now let us discuss what is service portal. Okay, so and how we are going to use it.
Priyanka, you're not audible.
I said 1 second.
Priyanka, the voice is breaking a lot.
Yeah, is that clear now? 1 minute. Let me know if I'm not clear. Can you guys hear me?
Now it's clear.
Okay, good. Fine. So let us discuss first about like in what is service portal, and then we'll go about like in rest of the thing. Okay, so service portal is something. So this is a kind of like a portal framework which has a whenever which we just need to provide like in any user interface module or else use any kind of like a platform to the end users to be in touch or else to get a services to the from a service now, then they are going to approach service portal and they will get the work to be done. Okay, so simply which we can say, this is a kind of like an user interface where we are going to get a quick access and then we are going to get a services from a service now. So this can be like an easily built, and there is like an different widgets and layouts and all the stuff as well. So I'm going to discuss those things. So simply just remember, service portal is something that's like a portal framework which we are going to provide a user interface for a quick access. So user interface for a not only for specific users, it's like an only for end users or anyone. There is no specific users. Everyone will get a portal access, even though he's admin, he's like an end user or else maybe like an ITL user. So irrespective of like an role of that specific user, so he will get an access of a service portal. Let's say if I have an issue, my software is not working, my application is not working. So I'm going to utilize my service portal and then I'll get a self-service from them in the sense here from service now. That's how about like in service portal is something the portal which we are going to get the services. The services might be like in requesting something or else getting an access of respective applications or else resolving your issues or else if you want to read something else, if you want to get something through documentations or else if you want to order something or else if you want to request like in specific access for any of a VPN or else any application which you are using in project. So these things and all which you can get an services from a service portal by using self-service only. As I showed you before as well, creating an incident and requesting a item as well. It's like a laptop or mobile phone or anything, depending on like an project requirement. So you will go ahead with like in this asserts and you will get it. Okay, so now let us have a look about like and how the service portal look. Okay, later we'll go ahead with like and how those things are like and configured. Okay, so now to navigate to like a service portal, just type it out service portal. Okay, so there is like a service portal home. Just open the service portal home. So this is a service portal view, and this is what we are going to discuss now. Okay, and furthermore, there is like in one more way, just you can duplicate it and then after servicenow.com/remove everything and give sp. So in this way also which we can open service portal. So the portal is not only like an ASP, depending on like in the projects and the organization which the portal which you are using, there is like an ESM portal. Okay, so there is like a different portals as well. Okay, so the name, the prefix, whatever which you are using over here will vary. That's it. Or else you can directly navigate to like in the service portals. Okay, so here see portals we have. All the portals will be available. The backend name of this portal is sp underscore portal. Okay, so here we have this much of portals, and this is what as a default which we have. So the URL suffix is nothing but SP, that's what which we used it. And we have like an ESC, and we do have like an CAB, MESC, KB is nothing but knowledge management thing. Okay, so all this which is available by default, which we are going to use service portal. Okay, so this is the service portal view actually. So let me go ahead with like in each and everything which is available over here, and then I will show you how to configure these things, how to implement all this. Okay, let's say you got a requirement to implement or else develop like a new portal framework. Okay, so you can utilize the service portal configurations and you can do that. So, and one more thing, if you want to deep dive with like in the service portal, you just need to have a knowledge on like in HTML, CSS, and Angular sometimes. Okay, so that's not like in mandatory. So if you are not good with like these things, okay, so you can go ahead with like in W3 schools. Let's say here, see, that is like in HTML we have. So here see HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So everything, if you want to go with like an SQL, Python, Java, everything is available here. But anyhow, for us, we just need about like in JavaScript basics for sure. And if your project is regarding like an HTML and CSS, okay, so then you can go ahead with like in these W3 schools and you can check it out. So even the HTML we have and even the CSS we have. So this is not something mandatory to learn for like an interviews, but it's good if you have like in the knowledge on this as well. Okay, let me keep it in the chat box so that it will be helpful for you. Okay, so this HTML and CSS, if you're not good, even I worked with like a service portal implementation project few years back. Okay, even I'm not good with like in CSS and HTML, but anyhow, I was working with like in the project as well by taking a help of like in by learning by using this W3 schools. And furthermore, I have gone to like in community and I just gone to like a different resources and I did the project. So no need to worry if something is like in very new to you whenever working with like in different projects. Okay, so you can learn and you can work on, no problem at all. We do have a lot of resources and help from a team and from sites, docs document we have, community we have. Okay, so few documents also will be available, YouTube we have, and then our seniors or TLs also, someone they might help you to go ahead with like in how to proceed with the work and all. So no need to worry if something is new. Not only the service portal, let's say you was allotted to like in one project and that is a new module which is, let's say, ITBM. You're not even aware of like any single point as well over there. No need to worry, you can start. We do have like in different sources and we'll learn and we can work on. Okay, you can just tell them like in when the interview client interview will happen sometimes actually. Okay, for to allotting like and allotting into the projects. So if that happens, just tell them like and honestly that so this is a new module anyhow, I was working on this one and as soon as possible I'm gonna finish it and I'm gonna work on this. So I'll give my best. So these kind of things which you can convey them and they will support you for sure. Okay, so that's what about like an HTML and CSS. That is something, if you are good with that, that helps a lot to work with like in widgets and all. Okay, so now service portal is something which we discussed about like in we are going to provide a user interface and quick access, right? Okay, so see, this is a service portal view. So this is an icon which we can change it later as well. Okay, we did it anyhow. So in my project, the project name is like an AEMO, and they have given one of a AEMO banner icon. So which having like in their logo, so which we added over here. Okay, we have changed the backend, color, the image over here. Okay, we have changed the text over here. So search icons, widgets, and everything which we modified. And we removed few of our things over here and we added few things. So all these things which we can work on is just depending on like a requirement. If the requirement is something which you need to remove or add a menus or widgets or something, then you can go ahead. Okay, so let me tell you. So this is on the banner frame. We have an icon over here, and these are the things which we can call it as a menu items. As a default byte out of the box functionality in ServiceNow instance, we have these menu items. One is knowledge, catalog, request, system status, card, tools, and your profile. Okay, so each and every one has like an. So if I click on like a knowledge, I'll get articles, the articles regarding like in anything. See, what are phishing scams and how can I avoid them? Okay, and there is like an automatic replies. So create an email signature. So these kind of things which you just need to know, or is the any kind of article you need to check on. Okay, so you will get like an article. Let's say example, I need to reset a password. Okay, so the related articles will be displayed over here depending on like in my search, the results will come up. So whenever I search with this, so these are the articles which I got it. Let's say if I open the first one, how do I create and delete user? Okay, so as there is like a no specific uh, title or else the description for the article which based on like in my search, so I got this one. Okay, so this is an article and which you can go ahead and if you can give like a feedback as well for this. And even I work with like a knowledge management too. So there is like in different articles and different templates as well for this. Okay, so depending on like an requirement which we work on. And then there is like an feedbacks as well, and then rating too which they can provide. Okay, they can publish the articles. Okay, that should be approved. So it depends on like an the requirement which they ask that we will implement. Okay, and the next one, catalog. So catalog is something which I'm going to discuss tomorrow, catalog items. Okay, I'll let you know whenever this is I'm gonna discuss. Okay, catalog items is this is a one of a menu item which we have. And then request. So here we can check all kind of requests whatever which we have created. See, 13 days ago I have created one incident, and then there is like in 13 years ago, sorry, 13 days ago, there is like in one more incident, network issue. And there is like in one more thing, 25 days before I have created one more incident. So whatever the things which is there in my profile, so whatever the request or incidents or anything which I have created, okay, that is like an which I can check it over here with the filter as well, open request and close a request. Okay, I can check with like in the number as well, or else if any of a issue as well which I can go ahead. That's what about like in request. And then system status. So system status is something the current system, so what's going on and everything. So see, current status regarding your system is nothing but this will be like an even same for everyone. Mostly we constantly monitor our services and all the details is like an available over here. So what's going on, and okay, just like in status regarding your projects which I can say. Okay, so that's what about like in system status. And then card. So card is something if I want to, just like an in Amazon site or Flipkart, we have a add to cart, right? In the same way, I can add the few of catalog items into the card and I can order it. Okay, and the tours is nothing but if there is something which going ahead with like and what is this, what and all the options which is available and all the things which I just need to know, then I can go ahead with like in tours. As of now, there is like in no tours on this service portal. And this is a profile which my profile, user profile, and I can log out from this service portal as well. This is about like in the menu items. And see, this is the content of like in the search content which I can say how can we help. You can change this as well if you want. Okay, so and this is the one which we do have like in the search icon. So whatever the search which I do over here, so that will be come up. Let's say example, as I showed you before, password reset. Okay, so if I click on enter, so I will get a related search as well. See, there is a password request as requesting a password reset as well. So if I click on here, the results will come up depending on like in my question, my whatever which I have typed over here. Okay, see here in this is what who needs to do it, and then for which one, which application password needs to be like in changed, and then you can go ahead with like in contacting with email, telephone, or SMS. As a default or as an out of the box, we have this one. Okay, so I do I can open my just give me a second. I'll try to log in my thing and will show you what we did in this project. Okay, so that's how what like in the project name with the if I wanna open like a developer instance and the developer dev will be there in URL. Okay, so this is my project instance, and I'm not sure whether I do have like an access for this or not, because this the project is like an ended and I was into like a new project now. Oh, 1 second, let me stop sharing and we'll try, because it's like an confidential. Mm. So we have done like a lot over there. So have given a password. Wow, great. That's awesome. Let me share my screen. It's access is like an perfect. So now I'll show you. Actually, this is not my profile. I was using like another user profile. But this is the project instance look like actually. So see here, there is like a different thing over here, right? So this is the URL of my project, okay, dev instance, and this is an icon which we have replaced, and then we removed all the things, right? So see, there is like in one more extra thing which they have asked to add a GRC, okay, and the rest of the things, whatever which is available over here, we removed it, okay, and the back image is like a different. See here, we have a meeting room feedback, need something, raise an issue, and FAQ. So in that way, which we have done, that is like in a lot of things which we did it actually, that is like in cloned or something, I'm not sure. There is like a lot of things which we worked on, but that is not in live, I guess. Later what happened, I'm not sure. It was like an almost 7 to 8 months before which I worked on this service portal. Okay, so this is how something the project instance look like, and this is a portal, and let me show you how the instance look like over here. See, this one is like a not in a status. There is like a restriction over here, I guess. Okay, so this is how actually the project instance look like. So depending on like in the versions, okay, the view and the theme will vary actually, but no need to uh worry about like in that stuff. Depending on like in the versions, the view will be like a different. Okay, so as of now, this is like an in our Tokyo version, I guess. Okay, and then the interface also which they have used UI experience over here is like in the latest one, right? And whereas we are familiar with this one as like, and this is the previous view which I can say. See here we have like in all the applications, and here favorites, and here the history. Okay, and here it is like a something different as well. Whenever we go here, see, this is like a totally different. So this is the latest version, U-turn version with the UI experience is enabled for this, and whereas here it is like in Tokyo version and UI experience is not enabled over here because client are familiar with these ones. Okay, and even we are working with like in this stuff, so that's how it is actually. Okay, so let me go back to like in the portal stuff. Okay, so this is a portal one, right? So that's how which we can change it. See here in this portal view, the text also it's different. The help text, whatever which we mentioned over here. Okay, hi with a username, how can we help? They have added a username over here. But whereas by default we do have like in how can we help? That's it. So we can change this as well. Okay, so let me scroll down and we'll go ahead with this. See, this is a request. Something is something, one of a widget which we have. So this also widget, this also widget. So let me tell you one thing. So there is a difference between like in containers and widgets. Okay, so containers is something. So here we can add multiple widgets. Maybe like in one or two or something else. So widget is something whatever which is displaying over there. So the data which we just need to display. Let's say example, this is one widget, request something. Click on this. So this is one widget. Okay, if I go back, request something is something which we can request depending on like in the category. See business application, how can we help you? Department services, hardware. Here we have like in two things. If I expand this, I do have like in all this, and then software we have and all this. Okay, so this is something which we can call it as a widget. So widget is whatever the things which is available over here. See, this is a current status is one widget. Top rated article is one more widget. Okay, so if you want to move the from want to change it up, so just click on like in control and right click. Okay, so there is like in page in designer. Just click on this. You will see how they have arranged. Just like in form design we have in the tables, right? In the same way we have this one page designer. So see, this is a container. So in one container we can keep one widget, or else in a two widget as well, or in this way, or else see here we do have like a different alignments. So just drag and drop these stuff and then do ahead. So I can edit and I can delete it as well if it's not required. See, let me delete the current status one. Just give the confirmation. Yes, it's done. So if I refresh the service portal, see here I have current status, right? So that will be removed. See, now the current status is not available, and then my open instance is not required. So that's how which we can, depending on requirement, which we can align it as well. Say I can move from here to there as well. So this is one container having three. So 444, this one which we drag on. See, let's say example, if this is a container actually. So in one container, we are going to place the widgets. So which we will place according to that, and we will utilize this. So if I refresh this one, so the three will be available over there. So container is something inside the container, we can add multiple widgets. Just remember that one. Okay, so now let's go with like in the widget actually. So there is a control right click and click on widget in editor, or else you can go with like in form model as well. It's your wish. So here you will understand how the widget is configured, what and all the things is available in widget. So as I told you before, in widget, in service portal we just need a knowledge on like an HTML and CSS to understand the script. There, if there is like any modifications which we need to work on, then we can at least modify the existing one only. Okay, so no need to worry if you're not good with this. You can start from now, and it's not mandatory. So you can go ahead with like an admin developing and integrations first. If you're good with like an all the stuff, then you start with this. Okay, before this, just go with the JavaScript, and after finishing that, then come on to like an HTML and CSS. If your project is service portal, then only you just need to look onto this. If, and let me tell you one more thing, if in entire whole service now, so if I want to, if there is like in more scripting and all, that will be like in service portal and ITSM, and rest of the modules will be like in very less scripting will be there. Okay, so we do have like an HTML part, CSS, client script, and then Sophie script and link function. Okay, so this is a one of our interview question actually. So in widget, what and all the things which we have, they'll ask. So just tell them like in there is a HTML, CSS, client, server. And the link functions is nothing but which whenever we link this specific widget to some other functions, then it will come up. And here we can change the widget as well. See, all the things which is available over here are widgets only. Okay, so these are the widgets. So we can go ahead with like in footer messages as well. Okay, so
Priyanka, one question. How do you open the widget editor?
yeah, right. Can click on like in control, keep the cursor on the widget. Okay,
Okay.
right click, and then there is a widget in editor.
Okay, we need to press Control and right. Okay, fine.
Yes, yes. It's great. So that's how actually. So this is how the view and then the things which is available in service portal, which we discussed right now. So let us go ahead and we'll discuss how to implement the service portal to do this one. So what we need to do, where we need to navigate is nothing but service portal configuration. So in left navigation menu, just type service portal, and here see there is a service portal configuration. Okay, open this, and this is what. So here we can configure whatever which we need. So let us discuss about like in each and everything. So see, we do have like in the content, the short description regarding that specific section as well. See, branding editor is something we are going to customize the portal titles, logos, colors, okay, preview changes and everything which we make here. So if I click on this, okay, so let that load. See here, this is a branding. So here I can change the portal name to something else, and the logo is like in this one. Okay, I can upload a new one as well. Okay, and I can go ahead with like in this line also, which I can change it. As of now, it's like in white color, right? I can change the line color as well, background color, background image is this one. So all the changes which I can do by using this one. And if I want to go with like in theme colors, just click on like in theme colors, and then you can work on these stuff. See, now about background we have. So just try it out with like and whenever you have time, just change the colors and you feel like an interesting too. Okay, quick setup is something. Let's say your requirement is something, just change this content or else change the logo over here or else background. Okay, so these things which we can do by using branding editor. Okay, so let me go back to the next one where it is. So this is a branding editor, right? As we discussed. Let me go back and we'll go with the next one, designer. Okay, so designer is something we are going to create a pages. So pages is something. So see, this is what something the page. Let me go to the. Let's say if I click on like a need something. Okay, so here see ID is equal to SC home. So this is one page. Okay, so if I go back to the home and see ID is equal to index. So this is one page. So in one page is nothing but it includes like a whole thing, and under the it's like an inside the page we have a containers, and inside the containers we have widgets. So outer layer is nothing but page, which I can say. And then after this, we have a containers, and inside this, we have a widgets. So if I click on like a widget, we'll get a respective data, whatever which we need. Okay, so you got a full clarity, right? So the page is something which having a inside the pages we have a containers, and then again the widget. So if I go to the page designer, let me show you, if that should not be confusing for you people. Okay, so this is what something we have, like in see from top. So from whole thing, so this is one widget, right? Home page search is like, and this is one widget, and this is one. So all the widgets will be there in one page. Okay, inside the page we have a containers, and then inside the containers we have a widgets. Okay, so is it clear, or is do I need to go with like an paint and need to draw that? Clear, right? Just say yes or no. So here, see, this is like an index page, and here we do have like an all the containers. Inside the containers we have widgets. So see, rise and issue is one widget, and FAQ is one widget. So if I click on like in meeting room feedback, this is a one of a widget which we have. So there is meeting room invites is something which they have added one catalog item. Okay, so that's how what like in how the widgets, it's like an alignment of like in pages and then widget containers and widget. So if I want to change, if I want to add any page, like you see, let's say example, the approvals is one page. So there is like a no approvals right now. So this is a approval. So if I utilize this approvals instead of like an index, where's the page? Yeah, here you go. So instead of like an ID is equal to index, if I use approvals, and now approval page will come up. Okay, now in this approval page, I have a containers, and then again I have a widgets as well. So as of now, there is like a nothing on this page actually. No one configured, I think. Okay, so there is no name with like an approval. That approvals is the one, the index name, which it's like in the page name we have. Okay, so that's fine. This is like a good path which I can say today. I just got an access on this. Okay, so now see, this is about like in if I want to do something, if I want to change something in a page, then I can utilize this one, page designer. Okay, so if I go back, there is a page editor. So in this page editor is something, there is a properties regarding like in pages, containers, and widgets. So here, let's open this one. So if I want to change something, if I want to edit something, okay, so let's say example, index is a home page, right? If I click on home page, I'll get a full flowchart over here. So in index page, we do have like in 4 containers. Okay, so this portal container 1, we have a 1 row and 1 column. There we have how can we help. So how can we help is nothing but home page search is a widget name we have. Okay, and then the second container that is like in 1 row and 1 column, that is a search, which we can call it as a type herd search. Okay, and there is a container 3 which having a request something, knowledge base, get help, top rated articles, and my service. So I showed you, right? So here you request something, knowledge base, get help, and all this. Okay, see our top rated articles and everything which we have. Okay, that's how which we can check it out like in what and all the things available for this one specific stuff. And let's say if I want to you like an user criteria for this. So let's say example, this request something should be available only for specific users, not for everyone. Okay, then what I can do, I can scroll down here, see there is a role, right? So here I can add a specific role. Let's say example ITIL. Okay, if I save the form, what will happen? Only for ITIL users, the role having ITIL users only can see this widget. Rest of the people cannot. So we worked on these kind of user criteria as well. Okay, so that works for sure. Okay, that's about like in the page editor. And if I want to edit the widget, so here we am going to customize like in CSS, HTML and all this. Then I can go ahead. If you want to create like a new widget as well, you can go ahead. And here there is like in one more interview question actually. So let's say example, there is a one out of the box widget, and I just need to change only the name of that out of the box widget, but rest of the things should be like in same as before. Let's say example, request something or else anything which you can go ahead actually. What is the service portal? Yeah, so let's say example, knowledge base, I need to change it as like a knowledge article. Let's say that's a requirement. So no need to go ahead with like in the existing out of the box widget. So what we need to do, we need to clone the widget. Okay, then what will happen, the previous widget will be as same as before. We are not disturbing that one. We are cloning it. Is nothing but copy pasting the widget and then just edit the name on the cloned widget. So I'll show you how to clone it as well. Clone is something just button is there actually. So there is like in two ways which we can do that cloning as well. Let's say just click on like in the widget, click on control, and then you'll get this one widget in editor. Let's say I just need to utilize the same thing, kbit operated widget. Okay, so see here there is a three dots here. See clone, I can clone it, and the same thing will be like in copy, and this can be renamed, the new one can be renamed. Or else in service portal homepage, just type it out like in widgets, or else in this service portal only, if you scroll down here, see we have a widgets. Open this. Let's say example, if I need to change this approval one. Okay, so now everything should be as same as before only, but I just need to change this approval to my approval. Let's say example. So here see there is a clone widget one button, right? So if I click on clone widget, and then I can rename it, and then I can utilize this. See, copy of approvals, I got it. So I can rename it and you can utilize it. So how to utilize after changing the name, save it and then go back to like in page designer, and then go ahead with like in the container which is available. The existing one you can remove and you can add your one. So see filter widgets. So whatever the thing which you need to go ahead, just drag and drop over there. That's it. So if the requirement is something you need to change the internal data which is available, then you will go ahead with like an according to the requirement and you will change it. Okay, and the next one is new portal. So this is for something if I want to create a new portal. So just forget about like in the existing portals which is available. Okay, I just need to do ahead with like in the new portal. Then I'll click on like a new portal and I'll give all the details. And the portal is available even here. Okay, or else you can check it out even these portals as well. Here, see the new portal will be available in this module under service portal. Okay, that's how you can create a new portal. And then get help. So here if I want to get a help from different documentations I need, tutorials I need. Okay, so docs.servicenow.com link is available for a service portal thing, and here you can read and you can get a lot of information regarding ServiceNow. So here you have like in videos, the text and related stuff as well. See here the service portal, exploring service portal, configuring service portal, developing custom widgets, all the details is available here. So if you want to go ahead with like in previous versions as well, maybe Tokyo, San Diego, or Rome, you can go ahead, but it's preferable or best practice, which I can say going with the latest version. And whenever you're working with your projects, just check it out the details of any of a documentation which you are referring. Just check it out your instance URL version and just go with the same thing only. Same version only. Nothing will be like an different, but minute changes might be there. So that should be like an updated as well. So just make sure about like an going with the your instance version only. Okay, but as of now in your PDI, just go with the latest one. Okay, so that's all about like in getting a help regarding how to implement a service portal. Okay, so these are the things which is you just need to know about like in how to configure it. So if you want to check about like in how the widgets there, let's say that if I open like in this approvals. So approvals is something if I had like in I requested something. Let's say I have requested laptop. So the respective person, maybe like a manager or TL or IT department person or anyone should approve that. So there should be a approval button on up clicking on that should be approved. The status should change to approved. So all these things is implemented over here. So the HTML, CSS, see here, everything is like in there. You can utilize the existing one only. Okay. And if there is like in something else different, only those different, the modifications which you can do, that which you can find out in a community as well. Okay, or else let's say if you're not good with like in writing one specific script in HTML, just give your question over here and then click in HTML. Then respective results will come up and you can search and you can work on it. Okay, so if there is something else new work coming to you in future in while working, no need to hesitate or worry about it. So IT is something is just like a new work which we need to implement every day. Okay, so we are going to learn and we are going to work on it. And then whenever you get a new opportunities regarding different modules, don't hesitate and just jump onto the opportunity. Then you will be a good service now developer, which I can say, because a lot of modules which you work on, you will get like a lot of experience. That experience will help you to go with like in different projects, and whenever you skip, you'll get like a lot of hike as well, instead of like an role change as well. Whenever you skip the company, you'll get like in the next level, right? Next higher position you'll get it. So along with the hike, you'll get this as well whenever you are fit with technical knowledge of service now. Okay, so that's how about like in the service portal, and then how we are going to configure and all these things and all. And then please remember the URL of a real-time projects, service now instance will looks like this. Okay, just make sure about like in if you're attending an interview or something, if they're asking it, just tell me about your instance URL. Okay, so if you tell about like in this dev with a number, you might got for sure, because this is a personal developer instance. As individual service now developer will have this for sure. Okay, but whereas this is a project one, just whatever the client which you mentioned over there in your resume, just tell them like your client name. If it is dev instance, dev test instance, it will be like an UAT or test sometimes. And then if it is prod, just simply your client name only will be there, client name dot servicenow.com. Okay, so that's how it will be. And one more thing, the client name will not be like in the service based companies, just go with like in product based companies only. Let's say like about like in Lenovo or HP or else any other stuff. Don't go with like in Capgemini or Infosys or Deloitte. Those are like in Deloitte or ServiceNow.com. Don't never say those stuff, because that is a service based companies and you will got for sure, because service based companies will get a projects from product based companies, and product based company names only will be there over here. Okay, so just focus on this as well. Okay, yeah, so that's how about like in service portal, and then how we are going to configure it. Okay, so now I'll go with your questions. So any questions so far on this concept? Tomorrow I'm going to discuss about like an catalog item, so which is there in a portal only request something here. See, we do have like an hardwares, mobiles, printers, right? So I'm going to show you how we are going to create these things. Okay, so how this name came up, image and the text over here, the options over here. Okay, and this stuff, everything which we'll discuss tomorrow. And we'll add this into the portal. Okay, and we will request it and we will see the flow of this as well. Okay, so no questions, guys. All good.
Yeah, Priyanka, can you explain with the paint, Priyanka, about that pages, container, and widgets?
What's that? Contains?
Uh, Page, container, and widgets with the help of paint.
Yeah, sure. So let me take. Let's say this is the page. Okay, so under this page we have a. Why this is not coming up? Under this we have a containers. So in this containers we might have like in the type of a containers which we can select. There's like in one container or two or three or anything which we can select. And if there is like in something else, if I want to go ahead with like in multiple widgets. Okay, so in this, why this is not coming up? In this I can go with like in multiple widgets in this. See, this is a widget. This is a widget. So the higher one, the upper one is nothing but the page. Inside the page, we have a container. In the container, we are going to place the widgets. Okay,
In
so
one page, we can have multiple containers, Priyanka.
yes, yes, we can have. So
Yeah,
here I
okay.
have one more container. Here I have one more container. So here I can add, two to three widgets as well at the same time. So that's what which we can see over here as well, right? Where's the portal? See that home page is like in one container. This is one container which we having only one widget. And this is one more container we having three widgets. And this is like in another container we having two. So that's how which we can go ahead. Okay, so this is the whole page. Let's say example, the service portal page. And here we have a multiple containers. In the container, we can add multiple widgets as well. There is no limit as well, but let me show you that too. Click on page in designer. Keep the cursor on the widget and click on control and right click, you'll get it. See, we have a one container with the 12, we can add only one widget over there. And there is like in two partitions with 6 by 6. This is what two containers which we can, sorry, two widgets which we can add in this container. And here the space allocation actually it is showing with like in the space. Here with the 3 is nothing but we are getting like in 12, right? So 12 is divided into 6 by 6. And here 3 and then 9. Okay, and here see the 9 and the 3. So here also I can add a two containers, sorry, two widgets in this container. And here see there is 3 I can add. And then here I can add with like an equal partitions with 4, 4, 4. I can add this. And then 4 widgets also I can add in this container. And then finally 6 also I can add. Okay, just drag and dropping over here. See here, 2, 2, 2. So here I can add. So let's say example, if I scroll this, if I add this stuff into these containers, see here. And if I want to add everything in the same page. Okay, so here I do have like in rest of the thing as well. Okay, so these three also, which I can fill with some other stuff. Okay, so alignment, which will check it depending on like an our widget information which we are displaying over there. Okay, so that's how it will be available. If there is like a no widgets for any of a container, so this empty container will not show up in a portal. If I want to delete this one, just select on the container and here see there is a delete, click on yes, and that's how which you can delete the container as well. Okay, if it is like an empty, it will not showcase. Let's say there is like in one container which I have added, right? But the empty one is like a not displaying here. Wherever we have widgets, only that container will display. So hope you got it. If
Yeah,
not,
Priyanka. Yes.
yeah, good. Yeah, any further questions? All good?
Yeah, Priyanka. Everything is fine.
Oh, great then. Thank you so much, guys. Tomorrow we'll go with the catalog items. And meanwhile, today, just check it out like an OpenAI instance and check it out like in the options which is available. Okay, so here we have a service portal, right? Just go with the home page and then configurations and portals. Okay, so all the things which is available. Just make sure whatever I discussed, those are like an something important whenever you got like an questions on service portal, so you can answer somehow if you're not work you haven't worked with like in service portal as well. Okay, so that's good then. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Bye bye.